Welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Still working on the studio. It's getting much better for me. It's getting in shape. I like it. Everything's kind of cool. We're getting it all set up. I like it a lot. Just did a fantastic episode on the Belleglace Pinot Noir. Hopefully you got a chance to watch it. And I would like any of your input you can give me on how you feel about these videos, how you feel about the lighting and all that. You know, is everything good? Do you like the setup? Do you like the fact that I don't spit in the spit bucket? Just let me know. I love comments. I really do. We're going to do some interesting wines from Josh Phelps. Now, when I first read Josh Phelps, I thought of Joseph Phelps, you know, insignia, all of that. And I thought maybe they were related, but they're not related at all. Chris Phelps is his dad. Chris Phelps worked for Dominus and Camus. He started out in the French wine world, and then now he has his own label called Ad Vivum. I think that's Ad Vivium is the name of the winery. Anyway, so a lot of good wine pedigree there. Josh started out making wine for his friends with his father's help. Now he's doing his own thing. So I'm very curious to try these wines. I'm very excited to try them, actually. This is the Space Age Grenache Rosé 2018. Stay Grounded, it says. This is the Grounded Wine Company. That's the name of his wine company, Grounded Wine Company. This is $15. Winemaker is Joseph Phelps. Not to be confused with, Josh Phelps. Not to be confused with Joseph Phelps. Interesting. They might be, you know, they got to be related somehow. I don't know. I couldn't find anything. I looked up on the internet. So $15 for this rosé, fair price. Just put it right there. How's that? Okay, let's see what we get on the nose. Immediately I get a lot of strawberry with a touch of watermelon coming through. Now he sourced his, I think he said Monterey and Paso Robles, I believe, is where they sourced the fruit. Anyway, they were looking for older vines to source the Grenache from, so they'd get good structure. Just a touch of bubblegum, not a lot. A little bit of watermelon rind coming through as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Nice and dry, bone dry really. A little bit of that spiciness coming through right at the backside that you get from Grenache many times. Nice strawberry, rhubarb, watermelon rind, watermelon right by the rind, not the right part of the watermelon, more closer to the rind. I think they were striving for a Provence style rosé, and I think they came pretty close to Provence style rosé with this. $15 is a fair price. Boy, good color. I don't mention the color often enough, but really nice color on this, really pale color. Nice acidity, nice balance, good dry finish, solid wine, front to finish. I like it a lot. I'm going to go A- on that wine. I like it. Good rosé. Excellent rosé. Space Age from Grounded Wine Company. A-. Solid. It does remind me a lot of a Provence rosé, I will say that. Now, we're going to do two cabs. This is interesting. He has a project in Washington State that he does, and that's the first one we're going to try, which I think is very interesting that he's done a Washington State Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, this Josh Phelps seems like he's as a young kid he started making wine, so he's obviously got a good sense of adventure. This is the Grounded Wine Company Collusion 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon from Josh Phelps, and this rolls in at $22. It's 75% Cab, 24% Malbec, and 1% Merlot. So I'm excited to try this. Now you can call it a Cabernet Sauvignon as long as it, or you can call it a Merlot, or you can call it Syrah, as long as it has 75% of that grape. Then you can do whatever you want after that. So he's throwing a lot of Malbec in there, 24% Malbec. So I'm kind of curious about that. Let's see what he get on the nose. So a little Washington Project, Collusion, yeah. Well, this is classic Cab nose. I was reading he got it from one of his favorite areas in Columbia Valley, it says. I couldn't find out what area what he was looking for in the Columbia Valley to get his grapes from. So you get that dark cherry, a little bit of currant notes coming through. And it's got that really cool kind of deep aromatics that you just know it's rich. It's got that rich aromatics that I like in a wine. Yeah, let's see what we get on the palate. Talk about a tale of two wines. Rich, dark cherry on the nose, currants, but on the palate, there's this green element that comes through, almost like a, not tomato stem, not like a Carmenere or anything like that, but there's a little bit of greenness to it, good acidity, like almost like blackberry stem leaf type thing coming through. A little bit of, I'm getting a little bit of black tea. Excuse me, 2017, this is a young puppy. The acid is solid. It almost takes over the fruit, seriously. Really strong, fresh acidity coming through front to finish. I think it's a baby. I think it needs time. I think it's going to develop as it goes on. Now I'm getting a little bit of tobacco on the finish. The finish is actually fairly long. Kind of get this tobacco. There's a little bit of a citrus, like an orange citrus, with a little bit of cranberry mixed in there on the back end. The tannins are structured. I wouldn't call them polished or smooth. They're a little bit edgy. This is an interesting wine, interesting Cabernet. I'm going to say it needs 5 years in the bottle before it's going to start fleshing out a little bit. It's not fleshy enough with what you get on the nose. I'm also going to say that have this with food. I think if you had a nice juicy steak, if you had some pasta red sauce maybe with some meatballs, if you had a hamburger with some blue cheese, this wine would change. In fact, I wish I had a hamburger with blue cheese right now to go with it. I think that would develop it a little bit. I mean, it would change the flavor profile just slightly because of the acidity. Acid needs food. Just always remember that when you're drinking wine. If you have a high acid wine, please include some food with it. It will help a lot. But it's balanced. I'm struggling with this one because I think it's going to develop nicely. I'm going to go B+, A- with that wine because I can see the potential. Now, not everybody's going to, if you buy this bottle for 22 bucks and you say, wow, I really hope this is a really soft, easy, nice, big cab. It's not that. It's a food cab. It is a cab that needs some age. So if I were you, I would buy it, put it away for 3 to 5 years, open it up, and I think it's going to change, maybe dramatically, maybe not, but it is going to change into maybe a softer style wine where that acid kind of integrates with the fruit. So B+, A-. Let's move on. This is the 2016 Steady State Cabernet Sauvignon Napa Valley, and this rolls in at $65. It's 86% Cab, 10% Petit Verdot, 3% Cab Franc, and 0.5% of Malbec and Merlot. I'm thinking the Malbec might be what gives it that interesting. That's a lot of Malbec in a cab, and it certainly changed the flavor profile quite a bit. You know what? I'm just going to go straight up B+. I'm thinking it will become an A- wine. Let's say that. Right now it's a B+ wine. There it is. I think it will develop into an A- wine. Just saying. But I think that Malbec kind of, you know, changed it up just a little bit more than I was expecting. So Napa Valley wines are more expensive because the fruit is more expensive. Over there, quite a bit more expensive. Some of the most expensive fruit you can buy is from Napa Valley. Let's see what we get on the nose. So I get a little bit of meat marinade. I get definitely dark cherries and currants. There's kind of a perfume, almost like a shoe polish, like if you had a blackcurrant shoe polish. Yeah, I get a lot of shoe polish there, right off the bat. Now, a lot of you might not, you know, I'm dating myself right there. How many of you have used shoe polish? I mean, you know, I don't use it too much anymore, but I have used it, and this has that kind of smell that you get off of shoe polish. Josh Phelps, if you're watching this, I hope you know what I'm talking about. A little bit of raisin, prune or raisin coming through on the nose as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now, I think the Belglass wines were all like 55 bucks. This is 65. Not chump change. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy a bottle right away, but I'm telling you what, this is some solid cab. Good structure. Solid currant and dark cherry notes. A lot of white and black pepper on the finish comes through. It just kind of tingles your tongue on the backside. The tannins are definitely structured but very approachable, but it definitely will age easily 10 to 15 years. A little bit of tobacco, a little bit of bark coming through on the backside. It has an almost like Amarone-ish, or if you're familiar with Amarone. Made from Corvina, out of, well, not just Corvina, but that's one of the main grapes, out of the Verona area of Italy. A little bit of that kind of raisin characteristic comes through, but it's not dominant. Certainly Amarone, some Amarones, it's very dominant, that raisin kind of dried prune thing coming through. This has just a skosh of that. I love the depth. Right on the back side, you get good acidity, kind of freshens up the finish. This is drinkable now for sure. You would enjoy it very much now. But like I said, 10 to 15 years, this thing will develop nicely. You'll have just probably one of the better bottles of Cab. $65, yes, it's a lot of money. Is it a lot of money for Napa Valley fruit wines? Not necessarily. I would put this right up there with some wines from Napa that I've had that are closer to $80, just saying. So if you feel like spending a little dough, having some friends over enjoying it, or just by yourself, kind of spoiling yourself, this would be the way to go. Steady State, Napa Valley, Josh Phelps. Very solid Cabernet. At a very, I think, a reasonable price for Napa Valley Cab of this quality. I am going to go straight up hedging towards A+ on that wine. Solid wine, worth every bit of 65 bucks. I know that sounds strange coming from the blue collar wine guy, but I'm here to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. And if you want to spoil yourself, go ahead and buy it. It is worth it. I'll see if I can put a link up for their wines, so if you are interested in getting your hands on some, you can do that. You keep watching. Oh, Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars.